Yeah, we back again, y'all. The saga continues with 50 Cent versus Big Meech and Little Meech and Rick Ross, and now we got Mayweather, and I don't know, list goes on, man. So Little Meech out here taking pictures with more ops. All right, we're gonna let that marinate, right? We're gonna hold up, give me a second. So he taking picture with Rick Ross, Mayweather. All this list goes on. He linked up with Rick Ross at their own club. Yeah, we got to talk about all this. We definitely do. And another thing we got to talk about, right? Was Big Meech ever like a business boss as far as like being an entrepreneur going into the legit business way? Since 20 years ago, he had a couple opportunities. He let Young Jeezy slip his way. Young Jeezy signed off without BMF not even being a part of it. We're gonna get back to that when Blue Da Vinci spoke about that. So that was one of the question marks right there, right? I mean, back in 27 years ago, Blue Da Vinci actually seen. He said, damn, this nigga just let this nigga slide. We trying to go legit, but he just let Young Jeezy sign off without us not being involved in it. That part. And Young Jeezy was getting promoted a little bit by BMF because BMF was, they were doing a lot of things 20 years ago. They was popping back then. We got to talk about all this, man. So y'all already know the vibe. Smash that like button, man. Let's get to the show, man. Yo, 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 yo. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News TV. We back here with another video, man. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Y'all already know. Keep that notification bell on so you know when I'm dropping my video. And shout out to my members who got their memberships. Smoke Gang Team Smoke. Shout out to all my subscribers, man. Day ones, new ones. I mean, couldn't do it without y'all. So let's get this copyright out the way. Copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find that in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is for educational, entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel, on this channel. Everything you see on this, everything I speak on this channel is for educational, entertainment purpose. Pardon me. The clips and videos I play also owned by the original creators. So we got that out the way. Y'all already know the vibes on that. So we got Big Meech, man. We got Little Meech, obviously, over here taking subliminal messages, talking about this is real power. We took a picture with Rick Ross and Mayweather. We all know the history with 50 Cent, Rick Ross, and Mayweather and all this, et cetera, et cetera. We all know the history and the beef between all that old beef with them. But see, my question is Little Meech actually taking this shit a little too far? Nah, Smoke. He's his own man. He gotta eat this and that. Okay, we understand that, but you got a man named Curtis Jackson up in the film industry that could kind of, what you want to call it, blackballing a young brother trying to get opportunities in the industry. We could say that. He got the opportunity to do that. Very powerful doing the industry, meaning 50 Cent. So maybe you take a little bit too far. Maybe Mayweather got something planned for him. But we always hear about Mayweather doing this, and that shit never happens, that part. Rick Ross, another nigga. He's very good at promoting shit, but we never see him making film movies and TV shows. We ain't seen none of this shit from either two of them niggas that we seen in that picture with Little Meech. See, and they say, shout out to TMZ, whatever. No, I mean, shout out to TMZ. They saying that Big Meech obviously, allegedly, was on the phone with Mayweather and they was promoting a clothing brand, whatever they got promoting going on. But see, man, that's light work compared to TV series, man. That's light work. Y'all remember this kid right here, Michael Randy Jr. speaks on Little Meech. They both 24 years old. Now, the little nigga just won an award last night for playing his part in Power or whatever. Somebody in the comment actually said, man, you should have took Little Meech under your wing. He said, man, I tried to, but this little nigga thought he tried to be big bro. And they both 24 years old. See, that's the mentality that Lil Meech had. And now look at the success that, this little nigga right here, Tariq, got from Power. Sometimes you got to block that fantasy world. You see, that's what Little Meech got caught up in. Little Meech got caught up in that fantasy world. And you're not even that type of kid. And we're going to get to a clip when he got caught in the airport. Remember that airport situation with Little Meech? He was up there crying, yeah, man, call my mom, man. I'm at the private school, man. I'm a good kid. Yeah, we know you a good kid, champ. But see, when you get caught up in that fantasy world and that little BMF series and all that, that's where you went wrong at. And I feel sorry for you because 50 Cent tried to give you a little guidance, but you had a little distraction. meaning your own pops, with the phone calls, calling the, saying, yo, why you doing this in the scene? I never did this. You remember that part when I played in my video. So basically always was interfering, involved in the scene, in the filmmaking. As far as when Lil Meech was doing his parts. Big Meech was always calling him once in a while, checking him out, doing this. Nah, don't do this, don't do this. He think everything got to be real in the TV. You can't do that. Some things got to be fiction. Meaning Big Meech. So Lil Meech had a lot of distraction going on in his ear too. Why he was trying to succeed in his career and do what he got to do and actually find his own goddamn path to what he got to do instead of being the backbone of his father. Y'all get what I'm saying? Because he always wanted to find himself, not be the, oh yeah, Big Meech, my father. That shit was looking bad for him. Remember I told y'all he tried to rap? Nobody ain't gonna sign that nigga. What happened? Exactly. So you should have been a little Tariq, nigga. You should have, stood in your lane. Okay, I'm playing this BMF series with my father, but I'm not going to take that fantasy world into the real world and act like I'm really him now. And that's what you got caught up in, hanging with these rappers, blowing money, pause, you popping on me, your little thing back, drinking lean. You doing too much. You was acting like you was a rapper because once upon a time you wanted to be a rapper. See, so that's what you got caught up in. You got caught up in that fast life, the glamorous life. Being around the rappers that's spending 10,000 a night, they could get that shit back. 100,000 in a week, nigga. They get that shit back the following week through streaming, through all types of shit. You in acting, nigga. You in a whole different lane. And that's what you got caught up in. But I blame your father because your father was a distraction to you while you was doing your BMF series. And you blew too much money. You didn't even have $1 million for your pops when they come home, allegedly. Obviously, all this situation probably would have never happened. Your father probably never would have got in bad terms with Tammy. But see, that's another story. That's another whole nother. We can't really say that. We could be biased about it. Or, yo, he went to his baby mom and shit. It's only right. But at the end of the day, Tammy was holding him down all them years. He knew Tammy was a goddamn government informant. I ain't trying to hear that from nobody. You telling me from 2009 when he signed his rights, in 2008 he signed his rights, he turned the government informant in 2009, got Cuffy locked up in 2013, and you telling me that he ain't had no clue through them years of that, all them years? From 2009 all the way to 13, he ain't have a clue? And he calling this girl all the time. They got alleged little relationship going on, but you crossed her heart. That's what happens. You can't cross a woman's heart that did a lie for you, nigga. You stabbed it in the back. You crossed two people less than 30 days. Her and 50 Cent, meeting Big Meech. And that was a no-no, because 50 was your gold. He was your gold mine, nigga. That was the opportunity to make crazy extra $1 million. Only thing with that nigga was loyalty from you. That's it. Tammy, that was a whole situation between you and her. That's something y'all had to fix. But see, you went a whole different route. You probably want your rights back, don't want nothing to do with Tammy. Nah, it don't work like that. She done made $5 million, according to 50 Cent, $5 million for the BMF series. Lord knows how much she made. But see, we got to understand Big Meech always loved the spotlight. He loved the glamorous life. So that's nothing wrong. That's that mentality still going to be there when you come home. You get what I'm saying, y'all? So that's the thing. He messed up for his son, though. Like I said, you should have fell back in the back and nigga kick your feet up, nigga, and just collect some money from your son being a new BMF. Face of the BMF. But instead, you want to push him away, be doing all this goofy shit, and this is the type of shit that we got now. Sad to say. But let's get to it, man. Y'all already know the vibes. Now, this is Lil Meech, obviously, in the club with Rick Ross, whatever. Copyright fair use definitely in effect. A disclaimer in case this video I got to take it down. So copyright fair use and disclaimer is definitely in effect. You can find that on my channel. Everything I speak on is for educational, entertainment purpose, man. Let's get this clip rolling. Now that was a quick little link up between them two. And a lot of people, I was seeing a lot of people in the comments on that video, right? Yo, he got to do what he got to do, this and that. But see, y'all forgot what the message that he sent 50, yo, F Rick Ross. He basically know he don't. So now he's going to the after he said F Rick Ross on the text message on the message that 50 exposed to on the internet. When Lil Meech messaged him like, yo, I'll take my shirt off my back for you, man. What I do, this and that and the third. Yo, F Rick Ross, he gave my dad money. Y'all remember the message? Now you link it up in the club. What that show you right there? No type of loyalty at all. So now that 50 pissed you off, see, if I was you, I'll just stay away from the internet. I wouldn't even be playing around with 50 on the internet like that. Not saying you got to bow down to him, but he could destroy your career. We seen this happen with facts, nigga, throughout the years. 50 just making niggas' careers just go down, nigga. Pause. If you continue playing the same game he played. So for him to do that, that's called desperation. You desperate. Now you like, yo, I don't know what to do now. This and nah, nigga, 50 gave you, if you sit back and think about a Lil Meech, he gave you the all of you. Meaning that he paid for your acting, for you to have your skills, to get more opportunities in the filming industry. You don't have to be a big BMF series, nigga. You got to start somewhere, nigga. You can't get a head start from everybody. How 50 did for you. What you think? You special like Little Marquis said, nigga? Hold up.
Somebody out here, or maybe it's just a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. You really thought you were special. Who told you you were special? You thought you were special.
Shout out to Lil Marquis, man. But see, we remember though, see? You diss Rick Ross, then you go link up with the homie. That called desperation. So you thought you were special. But see, you got to take that little special moment you had, nigga, and run with that shit. Because he gave the alley-oop to act in other type of TV series. You played a little gangster as your father, so you go play them little gangster series in some type of film industry. Some type of film, whatever going on in the industry, go for them roles, nigga. You're going to have to. But if you keep playing with this nigga 50 Cent, he's going to make them sure them opportunities don't happen for you. Because the only thing he got to do is make a phone call. We all know that. He's making millions of dollars for people in the industry, man. These movies and TV series he's doing. It's favors for a favor in that shit. It's just like hip-hop. It's no difference. All right, man, you know what? You don't want that nigga to get signed fifth? All right, man, I'm going to need a favor in the long run. That's how that shit go. Next thing you know, you wonder why you ain't get a phone call from the goddamn label. Because you know why? Because the nigga made that phone call, make sure you don't get that deal. It's favors for favors, man. It's the same thing in all different type of industries we talking about. So when you continue playing with a nigga like that, nah, you got to fall back, champ. Don't play his game. If you do, nigga, you ain't going to win, nigga. You ain't special. You just not, nigga. It's just plain and simple. I went and took them pictures. I'm being honest, man. And when Wack 100 actually explained to you what Big Meech should have had done, I said this since day one. Big Meech, listen, there's nothing wrong to talk to niggas that, okay, you don't have a problem with. But as far as taking pictures, having matching outfits and all this shit, promoting a nigga car show with an op that this nigga been beefing with for 20 years, that's a slap in the face. Now, you could have been like, yo, Ross, you know, I'm all due respect. I'm going to rock with my man. But, you know, this is a nigga I'm going to rock with. All, I mean, respectfully. I don't want no problems with this. I mean, with this situation between y'all. I just came home. Dumb niggas going to understand that because who you are, meaning your name, Big Meech. Ain't them niggas going to fall back for who you are? Exactly. So that's all you had to do, champ. But the loyalty thing, when you take photos, you do this, that's when all that shit slap in the face comes. Nah, smoke but 50 petty. Okay, let him be a petty nigga when he making $5 million for your goddamn family. And the only thing he asks niggas to be loyal, nigga, how petty can you be? Come on, man. Let's cut the shenanigans out here. Nigga make my family $5 million after I did 19 joints, nigga. And I'm not going to jump into glamorous life, go take pictures with the ops right away. I'm not doing that. That tells me that shit was all planned because they never really wanted to rock with 50. That's why. So what's the best way to interact this relationship pause that we got going on and for the business? Let me go take a picture with the ops so I could get him pissed off so he can stop rocking with me, meeting Big Meech. So who's we to say that he really never even wanted to rock with Fifth? So the way to get him out, pardon me, the way to get him out that type of situation, let me go take a picture with the op and piss him off. And that's what he did, obviously, too. So we don't know. This story could go all angles. Pause. What we talking about? Let's continue, though, man. Let's continue with Lil Meech, man. Is his career going to be over? Do he still got a career? Because if you go back to his interviews and hear the way he was speaking, which I'm about to play, you will understand clearly what I'm about to say. Or clearly what I'm saying. This nigga had his heart to 50, nigga. Like, he looked up to him like a straight mentor. Why wouldn't he? He changed the boy life.
At 50, I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? I'm like, shit, I don't know. And I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, you know, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting classes for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting classes. I had to go every day, two times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow,
but
a ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though, and it showed me that 50 couldn't get me the job. I had to get myself the job. My dad couldn't get me the job. They would have hired somebody else that already had acting experience. I had no experience. So I was coming from the street to the screen. So they not gonna invest all these millions into me and I don't know what I'm doing.
Y'all get what I'm saying? That's why that boy hurt, man. Now they gonna take a pic. He desperate. He trying to do anything. I guarantee you, Mayweather, like, yo, I got you, little bro. Come down to the party and all this. That's what these niggas be telling these niggas. Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about Fifth. I got you. But see, what they don't understand, Fifth could take you to another level. Them niggas could take you but so much, just a couple little steps up. That's it. Just to make sure you can pay your bills and shit like that. Those are the type of favors they're gonna do for you, Lil Meech. Just enough to pay your bills for you to go by, nigga, every week or every month, nigga. That's it. See, when you was BMF, you got a taste of the glamorous life, nigga. Red carpet, $5 million, all that crazy shit. That's the reason why you hurt the way you are and you desperate taking pictures with ops, obviously. Nah, my pops told me I gotta promote my clothes. Man, listen, that's the damn problem here. You your own man. Instead of taking advice from Pop interfering in your acting life, nigga, you should have controlled your acting life on your own and getting on little details and getting mentored from certain people in the acting world. Denzel Washington, people like that. You know what I mean? But you was stuck in the fantasy world. You took the BMF life out in the goddamn street life and the outside life, all in the club blowing money, nigga. Thinking this is the early 2000s and the 90s. Let's continue. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Y'all know the vibes.
I looked out for a lot of people, and 50 ain't do half. Like 50 literally looked out for my dad more than the people that my dad gave millions to. My dad looked out for a lot of people.
I'll sit back. I'll wait on that. What we gonna say on this? What we gonna say on that, champ? What we gonna say on that, Smoke Gang Team Smoke? Everybody, what we gonna say on that? You just heard. That's what I said. When you speak, sometimes you got to make sure you understand what you're saying, because shit you saying from 2-3 years ago will come back and haunt you on certain situations you caught up in, like Lil Meech is. Feel bad for the youngin', not gonna lie. Hopefully he can snap out of this, shake it off, and be his own self and go on and continue doing his acting work. But you just heard what he said, and that's what gets me upset what Big Meech did. This nigga did more favors for my dad than all these niggas ever did that my father actually did help out back 20-something years ago. Let's go back so y'all can understand it. Let's pedal back a little bit. Let's do a replay. Hold up.
I looked out for a lot of people, and 50 ain't do half. Like 50 literally looked out for my dad more than the people that my dad gave millions to. My dad looked out for a lot of people, and 50 ain't do half. Like 50 literally looked out for my dad more than the people that my dad gave millions to.
that my dad gave millions to, he did more than my dad ever did. Y'all just hit, I don't even gotta break it down. Y'all just heard a goddamn kid, man. You see, and that's what gets me mad. Why them other niggas ain't take care of Lil Meech when he was trying to get in the industry? Acting, rapping, either one. Why nobody ain't help him? I said back, I'll wait. You know why? Because they didn't give a F. That's why. Until Lil Meech got the TV series, now all them niggas want to come around now. Now they want to be part of the BMF ground. See, Lil Meech, you got to understand, you got a lot of leeches on you, man. You got to shake them niggas off you, too, because you got to put yourself back when you first started, when you was sitting back and you was confused, you didn't know what to do, and you was trying to become a rapper. That shit obviously didn't work out. None of them niggas ain't come for the rescue. Think about that. Once you got the BMF series, you started popping, nigga, now everybody want to be part of your brand in BMF. And that's where you got too comfortable at. You got comfortable around a lot of rappers and people that wasn't helping you when you was coming up. You made a mistake on that, chat, and your father should have told you that part. What are we talking about? Because he was once upon a time helping all them upcoming rappers back 20 years ago. And they didn't help him out, obviously, when he was locked up and all that, so he should have taught you that same knowledge. Yo, listen, you in acting school, son, 2 years, 50 helped you out. Don't get around these rappers and all that ain't help you climb up to where you had to be at. Don't get around these niggas, because these niggas gonna try to leech off now because BMF is popping again. That's the conversation Big Meech should have had with Lil Meech. Giving them that knowledge of how these people are gonna be leeching off his goddamn brand, because BMF is a street legacy brand. It's not an industry rap brand, it's a legacy brand in the streets. So a lot of people gonna want to branch off that because now it's legit. It's on the TV series. See, Big Meech should have taught this little nigga that before he even started popping off, getting around the rappers and people that want to leech off him. Because now look where he at now. I sit back, he over here doing desperate moves, taking pictures with ops now, more ops. What they giving him a phone call? They're gonna, we're gonna get you a favor. We're gonna make sure you good, little man, little bro. We're gonna make them niggas ain't gonna make sure you good, Lil Meech. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Let's continue though. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, that's something that Big Meech should have dropped knowledge on his son, man. Don't get around niggas. Don't get around them niggas, because them niggas ain't helped me out. But you're gonna see how they're gonna flock to you when the BMF brand started popping again, and that's exactly what happened. A lot of rappers wanted to come around now. Oh yeah, BMF. Yeah, because Lil Meech got the shit popping now. Got the shit going. Turned that shit. That shit was in zero once upon a time. That shit was dry as hell. He turned that shit up to 100. And now look. You get what I'm saying? That's the shit that 50 Pie was trying to tell the little nigga too. But see, he should get that knowledge from his father instead. Because his father was in that position before. Showing everybody love, but nobody ain't come for the rescue for him under 19, 20 years. Let's continue. Smash that like button and share the video and subscribe. Y'all know the vibes.
Watching my family go from having everything to having nothing, to my mom working her job just to pay for the bills and just to pay for me to go to a good school. I really watched that happen. Like, I really was old enough to understand what was going on. And 50, that's what I appreciate so much from him, because he didn't just have the acting coach teach me how to play my father. Watching my...
Y'all heard that, right? See, you watch his family struggle, this and that and the third, right? Who helped him out, put him in that. You see, a lot of people always want to be like, oh, yo, you Team 50, this and that. It ain't about Team 50. It's about loyalty and showing love to people. And the love that the Fifth gave to that little nigga is unbelievable. He didn't even do that for his own goddamn son. He did that shit for him because it was a perfect person to play to play that role for his father. We all got to sit back and agree with that. Lil Meech was the perfect person to play that role. He just had to get his little acting up a little bit more. It ain't had to be all the way up Paul, but just enough to get by through the seasons. Obviously, it worked. Where was everybody at though? I look back. Where were them niggas in the back end? None of them niggas ain't helped that nigga before he started popping. Come on, man. Loyalty is everything.
Watching my family go from having everything to having nothing, to my mom working her job just to pay for the bills and just to pay for me to go to a good school. I really watched that happen. Like, I really was old enough to understand what was going on. And 50, that's what I appreciate so much from him, because he didn't just have the acting coach teach me how to play my father. Watching my...
Exactly. Mom was going through it in the beginning of the year, struggling, this and that, money drying up, all that. Still providing for Lil Meech to go to private school and doing the good things to make sure her son could be successful in life when he graduates. What the hell 50 did wrong on that note? Exactly. He just came and gave them an alley-oop even more. So she won't have to don't work 2 jobs and do what she had to do and all that shit. Big Meech, I gotta remember, man, baby father locked up for 19, 20 years, we talking. Baby father really can't help you. What are all them phone calls Big Meech should have made to all the homies dropping them bags off to his baby mom? That shit dried up, obviously, right? Come on, man. What we talking about here? Let's continue. Smash the like button. Continue, though, man. And share this video, man. Y'all already know the vibes.
From the trenches if you went to private school.
All his
50
dad's...
know Lil Meech is a little punk ass nigga. Okay, Vlad, let's talk about it.
Sir, listen, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straight, but until then, I have to put you in handcuffs until we figure this out.
Okay.
Okay, you understand that?
Can I call my mom or somebody, please?
We'll do that after.
Okay.
All right, just turn around.
Airport, gun in the bag.
Yeah.
I go to private school. It's not mine, it's his gun.
I went to private school. I'm a good kid, man.
I'm not saying you're bad. Have I mistreated you or anything?
Not at all. Not at all, sir. I'm just trying to tell you, sir.
But you understand?
Like, that's who he really is, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these people get caught up and stuck in character.
Yeah, Lil Meech is not a gangster.
Not at all.
Bingo. Get caught in character, fantasy world. Living the life that your father did actually in the legacy street life 20-something years ago. Started something that nobody never seen before in the street life legacy that he left 20-something years ago. He got caught up in that fantasy world. And see, and it goes back to what I was goddamn saying. Your father should have educated you and educate you more better on that note. Stay the way you are. Now I'm about to rewind. Let's pedal back. Remember little Tyreek? He went to private school and all that. His mom kept him in the straight line and all that. And look where he at now, doing the right thing, right? Little Tyreek played a little gangster role in Power. I sit back, I wait. Then Tyreek played a gangster role in Power. He didn't take that gangster role fantasy world into the street life that he was in. I sit back. To all the trolls, what y'all gonna say now? Nah, Smoke. Nah, what y'all gonna say now to the little trolleys? What y'all gonna say now about that? Tyreek didn't take the little character that he played in Power. And he played a little gangster character in Power too. Y'all remember, he was Ghost Son and all this. He didn't take that shit and took it to this real life out there in the real world. Trying to become a little drug dealer. You know, Tyreek was doing a lot of shit as a character inside that TV series. He didn't take that shit and try to become that in the real world like this little nigga Lil Meech did with the BMF shit. You see your true characters catch up to you when you get caught up in a jam like that. And you always got to remember, nigga, you're always going to be a target because who your father is. Your father wasn't no J like a regular rapper and he became a legacy rapper and he retired and you becoming a rapper. And no, it didn't work like that. Your father was nowhere near rapper. That nigga left a stamp in the streets. He was a kingpin. So that target always going to be on the son also. Even if you're doing good in life and all that shit, being an actor and all that, you're just going to always have that target on you because they're going to make sure you don't slip up either. Because if you do slip up, nigga, they're going to come knocking on your goddamn door. And they don't got nothing to do about who Lil Meech is. It's just about who your father is. That's why I say your father made a mistake in not teaching you a lot of knowledge and educating you about doing the right thing instead of being around these rappers trying to act like these rappers. You're not that, nigga. You little Tyreek too, nigga. You and Tyreek the same niggas. You want to be big bro to him. Look what his footsteps leading him to. He done won a goddamn award show last night for playing Tyreek in Power. Now y'all get the picture 50 trying to paint here. Paid 2 years of acting school, did all that shit for you to try to be a little thug out there acting like your father. And then your father put the icing on the cake, come home, take pictures with ops and all that shit. Come on, man. Y'all ain't gonna sit and act like y'all don't see the picture what I'm trying to paint here. Loyalty is everything. And then when you become something that you ain't, nigga, that shit come back and stab you in your goddamn back. That's what Lil Meech got caught up in. That little big Meech character, he got caught up in that shit. Thinking this shit was the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s and shit. I don't know what the hell Lil Meech was thinking, but I'm gonna tell you this. He's a young nigga. So that's when the OGs and the wisdom and the knowledge supposed to come from his father and other people. See, let's pedal back on what I said. People gonna come leech off of you after now that the brand is popping. But they wasn't around you when that shit was dry as hell though. Come on, man. Something that you should have known, something that your pop should have even put in your ear. That shit should have been in the air, man.
From the trenches if you went to private school.
All his
50
dad's.
know Lil Meech is a little punk ass nigga. Okay, Vlad, let's talk about it.
Sir, listen, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well, we can get that all straight. But until then, I have to put you in handcuffs until we figure this out.
Okay.
Okay, you understand that?
Can I call my mom or somebody? Please?
We'll do that after.
Okay.
All right, just turn around.
Airport, gun in the bag.
Yeah.
I go to private school. It's not mine, it's his gun.
I went to private school. I'm a good kid, man.
I'm not saying you're bad. Have I mistreated you or anything?
Not at all. Not at all, sir. I'm just trying to tell you, sir.
But you understand?
Like, that's who he really is, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these people get caught up and stuck in character.
Yeah, Lil Meech is not a gangster.
Not at all.
A lot of people get caught up in character. I'm gonna go back, way back on one dude, may him rest in peace, Tupac. If y'all know Tupac, if y'all really are a Tupac fan, y'all understand Tupac wasn't like that. When he played Bishop, that nigga became a whole nother nigga after that Juice movie came out. I clearly remember that shit. That nigga was like fight the power type shit before he became Bishop. But when he became Bishop and all that shit, nigga, he became thug life after that because you get caught up in that character. Tupac is a perfect example for that shit. What y'all gonna say? Oh no, Smooth. Tupac went to acting school also. Remember he went to acting school? Exactly. That's another topic. But you do get caught up in that acting life. And you start playing that image in real life thinking that you really that mother effing person when you really not. And that's what Lil Meech obviously got caught up in, man. He got caught up in the little acting life, playing that character, thinking he was that shit for real. Now he caught up in the middle, which his father should have put knowledge on. And his father messed it up too now. Let's continue though. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Y'all know the vibes.
Who's the bad guy? I don't think there's a bad guy.
No, yes it is.
I think Meech is the one that made a mistake.
No.
No? You think 50?
No. Rick Ross knew perfectly damn well what he was doing and what that would lead to. And if he was a real friend to Meech, unless he was looking to get 50 out the way, he would have dealt with Meech in the shadows because he knows me and this dude who is going to react if he sees me dealing with this dude that he has business with.
Yeah.
Rick Ross, bro, could have done whatever he was going to do in the shadows if he really honored and respected Meech. Trust me, Meech wished none of this was going on. The plan was, whatever it was laid out to be, I'm pretty sure meetings didn't happen, negotiations didn't happen, right? And we know how this go, bro. When you in a position like fifth, we know how this go when it comes to paperwork, right? Mm-hmm. I have 2 years to exercise my option. And what happens? The shelf. So you got to think about the whole, you got to look at the board, bro. You know that.
Yeah.
He does what he's supposed to do. He comes in, he gives his energy, gives his thought, he drives the conversation, right? So you got to think about, bro, your moves when you conducting business.
Yeah.
You have to think about it. But I believe Meech was a boss.
Said because he was a boss 20-something years ago and he kept that mentality. But see, like Whack 100 said, and Whack 100 is correctly right. You have to conduct business in a certain type of way. You got to understand loyalty plays a lot in business also, like it plays in the streets. It's competition in the business. So when you got two ex-rappers that used to go at each other 15, 20 years ago, Rick Ross and 50 Cent, and then they stopped rapping, you got Rick Ross that's an entrepreneur, got his shit going on, promoting shit, got his own little business, Wingstop, couple franchise, and then you got 50 Cent over here doing the level that he's on, filmmaking, all types of shit. We all know what fifth type of shit he on, but it's all competition at the end of the day. Ross is still trying to compete, trying to get to that next level in that business world. But who's knocking them down a little bit? That's 50. Who's with to say that Ross ain't got opportunities before, but 50 made a call to shut that shit down? Exactly. So what that call? That call two people still beefing. It's still in compete. It's competition. That shit doesn't stop. So when you in a business world, meaning Big Meech, that somebody should have sat his old ass down and spoke to him about this, not to go take picture with people that 50 Cent obviously got very serious issues with and all that type of shit, beefs and all that shit and competition. Nigga, somebody should have told Big Meech that shit, but who the hell didn't? Unless Big Meech is hard-headed, he don't care, and he wanted to branch off of 50 Cent. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. Like I said, man, people vibes just don't connect sometimes. Maybe he didn't want to take no orders or feel like he's taking orders from 50 Cent when it comes to the filmmaking. You know, 50 call him, he got to answer the phone, like, yeah, what's up? Maybe he don't want to be that. Maybe he don't want to do that. But see, that call, that shit, the shit that Big Meech think about taking orders from somebody else because he was a boss himself once upon a time. That shit don't mean nothing, champ. That was illegal being a boss, man. Now you in the legal world. You could be a boss yourself in the legal world, but you got to climb yourself up and you got to go through somebody. Pause. Somebody got to give you the alley-oop in that world. And that was 50 Cent that was going to give you that alley-oop. Make the big BMF movie shit, all that shit. But obviously you want to take that shit and do it somewhere else. Good luck. When you got somebody on your neck like that could block your blessings and make your film, make your movie better than what it's going to be probably. Because I don't think it's going to be no big, I don't know who's going to do that movie. Maybe we might be wrong. Maybe a big producer, a known producer, whatever, director, whatever, take the BMF shit and make it a movie. We don't know. But when you got somebody like Curtis Jackson on your neck, that shit going to block your blessings a lot. And a lot of people don't want to go against him because they can make more money with him, not you. So they're going to take his side. So when it comes to business, you got to understand what people you dealing with, what moves you making, and it might sound petty, but that's just the world. Caucasian people go through the same shit. You think Bill Gates gonna go take a picture with the ops and all that shit? Or you think Apple gonna go take a picture with somebody else over that another company that got beef with them? No, they not. Niggas competition. Like you think Pepsi CEO gonna go take a picture with Coca-Cola CEO and Kumbaya? They put nigga, no, nigga, it's competition. It's beef, nigga. It's money. So it's the same shit. So for the people saying 50 being petty, I don't think so. Like I said, it's business. It's the way you move. And for me, the way I seen Big Meech bust a move when he first came home is obviously telling me that he wanted to branch off from Tammy and 50. But see, that's where you messed up at. Because you got a female that got control your whole shit. Your brand, everything. And with the snitch allegations going on when she do her all-tell story. That's the person you should have had cross. But let's continue. Let's hear Blue Da Vinci speaking on letting Young Jeezy slide off and obviously Big Meech's mentality of being a boss in the industry legit wasn't there back then either. And it still ain't there now, obviously, because he's making crazy mistakes right now. And last 20 years ago, he made a mistake when he let Young Jeezy go sign to Def Jam and didn't bring BMF along in no type of paperwork. Blue got a point on this. And then kind of 20 years later, you kind of see it's the same thing he's doing now, messing up Lil Meech bag. Peep this out. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, like one up. Y'all know the vibes.
The problem was this. Meech was high, bro, and he don't know how to make decisions. He ain't understand. He can't see in the future. None of the shit that it takes for you to be a real boss. The only qualification he really had, as far as I'm concerned, understanding how to move a bag. He should have been management for moving the bag, and somebody else should have been the head of the BMF to know what to do with the finances so our kids could have trust funds and, grow old off of. We was making money under BMF Entertainment, bro, that we could have been doing shit with the money. He would take the money, buy a Ferrari, go to the club, do all the shit instead of the legal money that we hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal money, bro. Ain't buying no buildings, no property, no nothing, bro. He didn't want to hear no idea. Man, I don't want to hear what no talking about. Fuck that. I know how to get money and doing what I'm doing. Fuck him. I don't want to be legal. And then by the time he finally tried to do it, he was already under investigation, and the feds was across the street watching the whole place get built. They watched our opening night at the Club Fuel. That's what was going on, bro. To me, bro, just horrible decision making. I think I'm
horrible decision making. He made the same horrible decision making 20-something years later. Doing a picture with the ops. I don't know why. I don't know where you think Rick Ross, like I said, Lil Meech said, hold up, let's go back. Let's go back.
50, I was still trying to find my. I looked out for a lot of people, and 50 ain't do half. Like 50 literally looked out for my dad more than people that my dad gave millions to. My dad looked out for a lot of people, and 50 ain't do half. Like 50 literally looked out for my dad more than people that my dad gave millions to.
Need I say more? So you make the same mistake 20 years later when you come home after doing 19-something years out of 30 years sentence. That's another story, whatever, with the snitch allegation using Tammy as a third party. Then you cross the lady that got your whole life and everything. She allegedly got an audio of you with an all-tell story. She about to come out on a documentary about you and her, you being involved in Cuffy getting locked up from St. Louis, your best friend, one of your best friends in the underworld for 30 plus years, and you got them 27 years allegedly using Tammy, and you cross her too. So it's like, yo, you made a mistake like clearly after and after and after, and it's like, yo, for a person that sat back in prison and then fast forward them years, you would think they won't make no type of mistakes when they come home. Okay, you want to branch yourself off away from 50, you got to play chess though, nigga, collect the millions first, then branch off 5 years later, 4 years later. You see, that's what I don't understand. What type of chess and checkers this dude was playing. Meeting Big Meech, you was playing checkers because a real person would be like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it kumbaya with Tammy. We're gonna get these millions. We're gonna let Cuffy talk what he want to talk because people ain't gonna believe it. I don't care. Tammy, you just sit back. Don't ever say shit. Just let people assume what they want to assume. Let's continue making business and let's continue doing what we're doing because obviously. The rumor, the narrative, and the allegations, that shit was way before it hit the internet now. That shit been going on for like almost 5 years ago with him using Tammy as a third party. A lot of people didn't want to believe it until 50 Cent came out and Tammy came out. With Tammy come and say, yeah, I'm going to do it. Then 50 putting that shit on the spotlight. Now people want to believe it. But see, if you never would have crossed on people and continued doing business and not making the business mistakes, everything would have just still been going. The motor still would have been going. The millions still would have been coming. But this one you happen when you cross the person that got your life, man, Tammy. And then you got a powerful dude that was producing your life, nigga, on the TV. And you cross him. That shit is crazy to me, man. You cross two people less than 30 days, champ.
Saying that Tammy was working shit off for Meech and the whole 9 yards. I asked my agent. I said, yo, is it possible for somebody to work off time for somebody? They're like, yeah, they can do that. But they have to have at least one conversation with the individual that they working off time for. They have to sign an affidavit with their counsel that they know this person is doing this. It's got to be written. It's got to be seen by him and his counsel. We have to do a signed affidavit, and they put it in some kind of sneaky code ass shit. I forgot what he had told me that nobody would ever see. He broke everything down to me and said to me at the end, Gene, I wouldn't say this if it wasn't true. I need you to ask yourself, after you know all this information, Gene, that I just showed you about Meech's paperwork, think about the motherfucking letter that come before Z and ask yourself why.
Now, let's go back to what I was saying. Remember when Tammy's coming out with the audio? That's something that public don't have. She had. Allegedly, what Big Meech on the audio speaking about, you know, I guess setting people up, whatever, what the play was back then. Then you got the sealed paperwork that the public don't have. That the paperwork that everybody had seen right now, that's the public paperwork. There's a sealed paperwork that Tammy got for her goddamn self. Probably got Big Meech all involved in it with his name sealed out. But she got the original copies. But nah, Smoke, how she gonna have it? She was part of the whole goddamn play with him. How wouldn't she have it? She was the government informant. She gonna get that information, I mean, sealed information also as that. Because you know why? Because the feds probably thought them two wasn't gonna end up end up having an altercation the way they got down with Tammy and Big Meech going, with this whole BMF life, rights. I don't know. This is allegations that we're hearing about that Big Meech want everything back. And people saying that 50 owner, he gotta get lawyers. I don't know. It's a whole mess about this shit that we still didn't get yet. So, but if it is that though, it's like, bro, you messing with fire now, because that lady got a lot of sealed information, allegedly, if he's involved with these snitching allegations. And with the paperwork that we're seeing with Cuffy coming out in public on these telephones, calling from the Fed, why would a nigga do that all the time to push that narrative out? You know why? Because he want to let everybody know this person ain't what he think he is, and he a friend of mine that crossed me. So we going by what Cuffy telling us also, and that narrative is kind of pushing the truth the way he's going about this shit. And then with the paperwork, the third party, then all this, you put all that together, that shit is nasty work. That paperwork don't look good on Big Meech. So with the sealed paperwork, the audio, and all that stuff that we don't got when she come out, that brand is over, man. That's why I feel bad for Lil Meech. But he's going out there doing desperate moves, taking more pictures with ops because they probably offer him or giving them advice and probably giving them like, yo, we got you. Know what I mean? Lying to the nigga all in his face, knowing that they ain't gonna do shit for the nigga. If you ain't do shit for the little nigga when he was trying to come up in the industry, why y'all gonna do something now? But like I said, he got to use the advantage for the acting that he took and branch off and do his own goddamn thing with his managers. Nah, man, my Big Meech got to be with him. Listen, he ain't got to do Big Meech story no more. He need to just go and find his own stuff and become an actor and do what he got to do. Know what I mean? Like, that's it. Because you got caught up in that character, champ, and Whack 100 was absolutely right. Why Tyreek can get caught up in that character? You got caught up in your father's character in that TV series. And that's something that somebody should have kicked knowledge as far as your father should have been telling you that shit. You're playing a character. You ain't playing my real life. Till then, y'all know the vibes, man. Do me a favor, man. Comment it below. Give me your opinion. Give me your smoke about this, man. I feel bad for Lil Meech. I ain't going to hold y'all, know what I mean? But hopefully he can shake this shit off, bounce back, get his career going, know what I mean? But I want to hear your opinion about this. Y'all think Lil Meech's career done? Obviously, it's looking like it is. He's doing desperate moves. But I want to hear from y'all, so smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Share this video. Y'all already know the vibe. It's your boy Smoke Loose TV. I'm up out of here, man. If they know, they know. Salute, gang.